In this webcast, we will look at the second part of the projectile motion lab. Now, in the first part of the lab, we found that no matter what we did to the initial velocity, as it got bigger and bigger, the flight time of the projectile did not change. So obviously, the initial velocity does not have an impact on the flight time. So in this part, we want to try to find how the flight time depends on other variables. Okay, and so it tells us to set up the simulator in this way. We're still going to use the pumpkin as our projectile, but we're going to make initial velocity a constant in this experiment. So I'm going to go back to the, back to our simulator. I'm going to reset everything. We've got the pumpkin, no air resistance. I'm going to set my initial speed to 12 meters per second. And it says no air resistant, launch angle of 0 degrees. Okay, so we've done all of that. And the thing that we're going to change is going to be the height of the cannon. And our dependent variable is going to be flight time. Okay, so in Excel, I need to set up a new data sheet, and my independent variable, the thing that I'm going to change, is going to be the height in meters. And the dependent variable, the responding variable, is going to be the flight time in seconds. Okay. So once I've set up a table in Excel, then I want to go get some data. And it asks me to get at least 15 data points. For each trial, I'm going to choose a different height, and I want to choose values that span the full range from 1 meter to 15 meter. Okay? So in the simulator, I'm going to first set my height. So I'm going to grab that plus bar. I'm going to move it down to 1 meter. So it's just a little, it's on the ground, but you can see that the height is actually where the pumpkin comes out of the cannon. It's 1 meter above the ground. So I'm going to fire it, and then I'm going to get my measuring tool, put it over the pumpkin, and I can see, oh, when I fired the pumpkin from a height of 1 meter, it took 0.45 seconds for the pumpkin to fall to the ground. Okay, so I'm going to put that in here. So when the height was 1 meter, I have 0.45 seconds as my flight time. So then, the only thing I'm going to change, I'm not going to change the initial speed or anything else, but I'm going to raise the height to 2 meters. I'm going to fire it again. Let's see, now it took a little longer. Now it took 0.64 seconds for the pumpkin to reach the ground. So I'm going to put in that data. So keep doing this until you have 15 data points. And then we'll come back in the next webcast to finish this